The proposal is to allow a 1-second transition between images so that it's not a flashing type of sign. I think in terms of the size of sign that's existing right here, that would all be consistent with the draft code. What I see with this sign is the changing of images is too rapid, and that's really the purpose behind some limitations on the amount of flashing and changing that can be done. Is it's distracting to cars and just draws your attention away from driving your vehicle. This sign would be allowed potentially under the sign code if it were put on a permanent kind of pole or permanently mounted to the ground. As it is, it's a temporary sign. What's intended to replace this sort of thing, and what they're called is sandwich board signs, and they would be allowed for just about every business in a commercial type zoning category. They're limited to 3 feet in height and 3 feet in width. They're truly temporary signs. They're portable, and they're required to be taken in the evening. The sign code we have in place today, that would not be defined as a sign because it's not a structure, and that's one of the things that we're trying to address is painted wall signs as well as any other type of signs. You know, they're intended to portray a commercial message, so they are signs. So this sort of sign would be regulated. The sign regulations are based on the various zoning categories, and in the central business zone, allowed outright by the zoning or the sign code would be 48 square feet of changing image sign, but there's a provision that allows a bonus, and the idea is to encourage better design, better appearing signs that have some artistic value. So through the bonus allowance for outstanding design, there's not a limit on the size of the electronic message signs. Yeah, this is in a CBD 5 zone. Anything new would be limited to 60 feet maximum height. Right now it's unlimited, so these signs, you know, as long as the technology allowed them to be put in under the existing code, there's no limitations here. There's 2 different types of measurements that are used for the calculation of the allowed sign size. One of the calculations is basing it on the length of the building wall, and the sign allowance is 1 square foot per foot of building wall length. So it doesn't limit the number of signs, but it just limits the area of signs based on that building wall length. And then there's also a calculation using the site frontage on the street, and in most cases that's 1.5 square feet per foot of frontage of the site on the street. And that's used for calculating the area allowed for freestanding signs.